Cedro. Jesse. Cedro.
Well, when we very first got this one started with Wiccan. It was a Wiccan flame operation. So if you look up there, you see that metal plate with a little metal flower. Inside that little metal flower, that's where you had a 5-wick system, and this barrel was filled with only enough kerosene oil to last the night. And that's how it was lit. 1934 was when it went to electric. And that's when they swapped out that hand crank mechanism, and you would just have an electric motor, and then you would have 3 light bulbs up there, 1 primary and then 2 for redundancy. And that lasted until 1963. That's when they decommissioned the lighthouse and said they were going to bulldoze it. And instead, up on the top of the hill, the little white box with a little bubble, that bubble was an automated light that copied the light signature of Cape Mears until 2014.
So the red glass, it amplifies the light?
The red glass, no. But the bullseye behind it did. The red glass was just to give it its distinct red beam. So that way you would see it for 10 seconds, followed by a brief period of darkness, and then 40 seconds of white light. And the reason why that's important is because as sailors would see that light pattern, they would then look at their map full of circles with dots and dashes, and they'd be able to say, oh, that's Cape Mears. Because that's what lighthouses were for. They were strictly for navigational tools. They weren't to warn about the shorelines. They weren't to warn about the rocks. It was so that way sailors knew where they were. And when they set up the lighthouse system, they set it up to where you should always be able to see 2 of them at the same time, so you could tell exactly where you were. And also, each lighthouse has their own light signature, so there was never confusing one with the other.
Oh.
And this rotated
Yes. So what they would
with a hand crank.
Yeah. So they would have to hand crank a mechanism that would rewind a cable attached to a 200-pound lead weight. As those 200 pounds were slowly falling into the room below, this disc would rotate, activate the gearbox, rotate the rod, rotate this pilot gear, rotate this gear plate over the brass wheels, and then rotate this outer exterior frame, including the first order 8-sided Fresnel lens.
So when he cranked it up, how long did that last? If that flame was designed to last all night, how many times did they have to crank this up per night?
3 to 4 times, depending, what time of season it is and all that. So yeah, it would take about 2.5 hours, but they just went off of naps. They weren't supposed to, but what they would do is they would put a bed or a chair downstairs and they'd wait for 200 pounds, tap them on the head, and they would rewind it.
Oh, what a great idea.
Wake up alarm there, huh?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Pretty great craftsmanship.
Yeah, I see that it's all brass around the windows, holding the windows in. Huh?
Yep. The French provided us with brass, glass, and cast iron, and then the bricks were supposed to be from Portland, Oregon, but they all shattered by the time they got here, so they hired local Native American tribes to hand make each brick.
Oh, wow.
And then the steel outside was from Portland, Oregon.
So Doug and I were in New York before 9/11, and we went up in the Statue of Liberty. They would let you go up in it then. And we actually went all the way up into the glass at the crown.
Yeah.
It was a pretty kind of scary thing to get up there. There was a pole going up the middle, and you walked around this little thing.
He was just saying that coming up these steps reminded him of going up the steps.
Yeah.
This is a 3-lane.
Yeah.
Compared to that,
Yeah. It was so
Yeah.
tiny.
So now we go up into the next level, right?
Unfortunately not. So where that cone is up there, that's where a structural crack was found. So we can't take people up there. We used to, but until we get that fixed, not anymore. Now, the Statue of Liberty, was everything numbered over there?
Thank you.
Samba.
¿Qué? Cedro. Oh, wow.
Pero Sandra,
Ah,
venga para acá porque mi mamá quería sacar una foto, yo creo.
ok. Voy a grabar a su mamá.
Bájale el teléfono.
Now wave to Sandra.
Ujú. Lindo, ¿no?
You made it up here fast. Bunny hen.
Perfecto. Ya.